all that long,
Yeah. What's the deal, fam? Chainbreaker Squad A saying y'all know what time it is. Fuck with your plan. And today we gonna just basically do another light touch topic type thing. You feel me? So got royalty in this thing, Debo
yes,
Lottie in this thing, and let's play this game.
yeah, yeah. All right, Lad, you want to start it off or what? You want me to?
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right. I'm like I don't really know where exactly to start, so I'm. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say that um Chainbreaker Squad, we trying to innovate some shit as far as a different movement, a different type of dialogue type thing. And I'm gonna start right there. So I'm gonna ask Lottie, how do you look at the different um sites that you do visit or come across, the dialogue, and where would you want to see dialogue go as far as you participate in this type of dialogue? Like, what type of dialogue would you like? Would it be like more debate type thing, more open discussion, um, more like a setup, punchline, premise type thing, or like I just as a general outlook of where you would see you participate your time in as far as um recording or putting yourself online, like what type of dialogue would you be more interested in?
For me, everything. I mean, it's cool for what it is right now. You know what I mean? But you can have all that incorporated into it. You know what I'm saying? One day you can do this, one day you can do that, one day, or you can just set dates to do certain things and have a different general thing like that we do like already what we doing right now. It's just on certain days, oh, we'll do this or we'll do that, have a debate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? With it. Or you can mix it up if you want to, or you can keep it how it is. Like I said, you can incorporate everything. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on the people involved, I guess. You know, but everything straight though. You know what I mean? For a platform, I guess. You know,
Okay,
everything can
okay.
be everything can be improved, but because ain't nothing perfect. But
That's
you know,
facts. That's
things,
most definitely facts. Everything could be improved.
but yeah.
Okay, so what about say like I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Sonny. Like when like not saying that you necessarily on it because I don't know what you do during your day, but when you do mess with social media and you come across different things, what would be one of the main topics that you would want to address?
For me, one of them, you talking to me, right?
I'm talking a lot, man. We just talk about this with Sonny and um Mari.
I thought you
I just wanted to
asked him
see
what the. I thought you just.
if
I
he
thought
had
you asked
anything
him.
different that he came across like that he haven't really addressed that we can talk about real
Well,
quick, like, you know
it's
what I mean?
something new. It's something new happening every day. You know what I mean? You know, people dying, all types of shit. It's something new happening every day. BET Awards on right now. You know what I'm saying? And Sauce Walker just did the cipher on now, and his whole first verse was on some deep shit. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the realest Sauce Walker verse I ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's all type of shit you can talk about. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It
like,
happening every
okay,
day.
so basically what I want to know is like, you see something new every day. But it's a lot of shit that you see like repetitive, or it's something that you see like that stick out. Even though you watching these videos, something else stick out in your mind, or you still thinking about what you watched the last time, and that's still resonating, or something like that. Something that's like imminent, a permanent, stamped in your mind that you think about, and maybe it just happened to pop up from this day to the next day, or the day after. Some that's like you hear about it, but you don't hear too much about it. That you would touch on, say like,
Hey, look, let me say one thing real quick. The thing about it is, basically, we talking about, or you was implied. Basically, well, I ain't gonna say implied, but what's the deal is when it come down to that, like you said, the things you come across, stuff like that. Certain things, it's so much stuff that go on that you're not even gonna see it if you don't search for it. You know what I mean? And you know how the algorithms work. They work based off, the things that you're usually interested in, the things that your phone hear you talk about around the house, and the places that you be when you go, because your phone got to locate that. So the algorithm play a big part. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff that go on. You really have to search for it if you want to look for something. You know what I mean? But um, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. Like Debo said, it is. It just depends on really. Uh, it's like, do you? How can I explain this? Say we reporting the news or something, right? Now, what's better? What would we say was better, to be the first one, or, well, we already know the answer, but to be the first one or the one that's accurate? You know what I'm saying?
no, see, to me, my question was
I
really
think I
more
think he's
like,
trying to. I think he's trying to ask what's something that's kind of seen online that other people like other podcasts or whatever is talking about
Oh,
or
common
what some.
common talks and stuff like that. Okay, it's
What?
like,
No,
well, I
no,
not
mean,
no.
something
I'm
like
saying
that,
like
but like,
some that need to be talked about that ain't being talked about type shit. That's what
oh,
I'm trying
oh,
to
I
say.
got you. I got you. You
You know
mean
what I'm
like
saying?
social type conversations, maybe, or
Yeah, yeah.
race
okay, like he
That's
relations
what.
came
or
across
That's
it a
why I
couple of
said it's so
times,
much.
but he probably ain't commented on it,
race
or
relations
he
or something
had some
like that.
thoughts
Yeah.
about
So
it or
yeah. So
something.
that's why I'm. Let me think of something. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know what you mean by that. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, okay.
But lately, though, let me say this before you say that
Cause
while you're thinking
it's
about it.
so much shit, so I gotta think. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like one of the main things I like that we've been talking about is the family structure within the households and relationships. That's a big thing, topic right now that's being discussed. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men is giving a point of views, and that's a
I
big
know
thing.
one. One is
Manosphere.
one is they got one this white dude. I forgot his name. He made a whole documentary. He ain't really talk about that much. But it was the question. The question is, what is a woman?
Hmm.
That's what they're playing. What is a woman? 'Cause they got all these genders in lesbian. They got all these
Mm.
everything. What is a woman? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But they hit hard with the
Is this
LGBT
a
and all that
question that
shit.
only a man can answer? You feel
Hey,
me?
it's a big topic though. But
I
people want
know that's what I'm saying, because that's one of the first things that came to my butt. Like, that's, a woman can't really answer that question either. To me, you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
I'm
I
not saying
mean,
that,
No,
but
a
I'm just,
woman might can.
I know, but what
I
I'm saying
mean,
is only a
yeah.
man know. You know what I'm saying? On the cool, a woman is what a woman is to a man. You can be a lady, you
Right,
can be a female, and all that.
right. I get that. I get that.
But
But see, that's what that question. That's why that question is so big because you
I
saying that,
know,
but and somebody else could say, "Oh
because I'm
no,
hearing myself. I'm really about to
biologically, a woman is." You
I'm
know,
about to
they
contradict
can go
myself
all it.
while I'm talking.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Because then I was going to say
That's
something else. I was gonna say something else.
There's so much you, but I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, in my mind,
But
I
I
got a
just know
lot of thoughts
that's
because that's a broad ass, like, to me, I can go so many ways with that,
but
but
see,
I want to know,
when you
like,
ask that question, it gotta be women present. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like this ain't this
yeah.
no. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we gotta
can we get
like
Mari on the phone or what?
We can have some
nah,
type of
we ain't nah.
objection.
We ain't gotta do all that. But I'm
All
just
right
I'm
saying,
just
now.
you
saying, you
know what I'm
said
saying?
it's got to be a
That's
woman
it.
present. That's the only reason I asked that. I mean, if not, then
Yeah, because
my
that's a
question to
question
you
I
would
think
be,
you
I
gotta get
okay, you
everybody
said what is a
collectively.
woman? So my question with you would be, since that's your question, starting
No, you
off,
say no. Look. You asked me what I seen on different podcasts and all this. What's the topic of something that ain't really being talked about? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of big or whatever, and that's one of them. That's what I would just suggest.
right?
That's all.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
that's
wouldn't
I was
say
just
that's a
have.
gonna
good one.
ask you, like, I don't even know, like, which aspect you asked it in. So I was just gonna ask you, like, are we
That's
talking
why
about
it's so
relationship
big.
wise? Are we talking about
This period.
from anatomy, as far as
I mean, you
where
can
did
do
they
it. You
come
can
from,
explain.
type
But
thing,
look,
or
Right.
I'm gonna
See,
tell you.
you can
Look,
explain it. You can explain it from which way you want to. You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
was gonna
saying?
say that's why that's a tough subject because
Yeah.
it's an opinionated, you know what I'm saying, answer. It's really gonna
But
be
it
based
should
off your
it should
opinion
but it
because
should be
everybody know
able
the
to.
biological and that part of it. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I
Let me
know,
get
like,
into
the
it.
biological, like, I got a penis, she got a vagina. I mean, I know biological. I mean, as far as history, like, we touched on some of this in our last one,
But look,
as
even
far
on
as
this topic, I like to
I mean, we
like
touched on it as far as, like, the last one, like, when we brought up,
I like to be
can
prepared
it be
for
the
topics.
a
You know what I'm
goddess
saying?
instead of a god? Now we touched on a lot of different things, so I'm trying to figure out what angle he was going with it, because we touched on God being a woman, we touched on relationships and roles, we touched on a lot of things that deal with the man and the female. So I was just trying to see which way it, like, he was asking,
Whatever
and
way
you
you
answer, like,
whatever way you want to.
okay.
It's whatever way you decide. Because somebody else gonna have something to say regardless.
It's really yeah.
I
That's what I'm
don't know
saying. It's really ain't
It
no
exactly.
don't matter what you say.
it ain't
All
no
right, what
wrong
you say?
answer. It ain't no
Right,
wrong
we
answer.
talked
Go
about
ahead.
that too. Like, this
I
It ain't no
mean,
wrong
informational.
answer.
This ain't no debate league. We just on here talking. We talked about that too.
It's just the thing is the answer is gonna be an opinion. That's why it ain't no
Right,
wrong
right,
answer.
right, right.
There ain't no wrong answer really. No matter what the answer is, it's only gonna be an
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I mean,
well,
we ain't debating out here. We just giving out what we feel and what we think, and that is what it is. I mean, everybody gonna have
I
their
got an
opinion. You
answer.
know what I mean?
I got an answer, but it ain't no. I ain't go. I don't want to say my answer though, because I want to do it. Before I do a topic like this, I want to do a little background into this first. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even hear
For
what he
sure.
say.
And you say you want to do a little research before we talk about that.
Oh, okay, okay. So you have a different subject?
That was a good one though. Mark that
Yeah,
down in
yeah.
the book.
Oh yeah.
Mark that down in the book.
I'm sure he ain't gonna forget that one. Anything else that we can, like, chop it up on real quick?
Yeah, so much. I was gonna bring some news to the light though about. I mean, it's old, but I was gonna mention it in that last one about Kanye West had on the shirt,
About it.
had the White Lives Matter shirt on. Him and what's that lady name? I can't think of that lady name, but Kanye West and that lady had on a White Lives Matter shirt.
Mm-hmm.
really, like I said, I don't know nothing about it. But like I said in the first one, I don't really follow too much social
That's it.
media.
Ain't. I mean, that's just is what it is, and it's just basically once again another opinionated discussion that it's gonna be about that because it
Right,
did
right.
happen.
I mean, we can chop it up on that, but I ain't really got too much to say about it except that for Kanye West to do it is not a surprise. You know what I mean? Like it don't shock me that Kanye would say that.
Yeah,
Kanye been outside of the box probably 3 years after he got into the game. He been going against all the grain on everything. Like
I just think all that is just a distraction.
Kanye mentality ain't
Those are political distractions, I think.
man. Kanye just being who he supposed to be. Man. That nigga a puppet. That's all it is. He just a puppet. He playing his role. That's
Hmm.
all I can say about that. I don't know. You want to last in the
Exactly.
game, you play your role and you can sustain your status. Whatever. That's all I'm say about that. But Kanye goofy to me. I don't know how the rest of the world feel, and I don't care. That's just my opinion. He just goofy to me. But I also understand once you get into that status, you have to play that role, and that's what he do. If
Nah,
that's what
but
they said
see
he
again
had to
too
do, that's
though.
what he had to do. If he had to put on a dress, he had to put on a dress. If he had to say white lives matter, then shit, he had to say white lives matter. At least he ain't got killed by them.
who attention he trying to get in? What's the
It's
message?
not about attention. It's about staying alive at this point. If
Could it
you
be
gonna
a
follow the
distraction?
rules,
Could it be a distraction? But
to
yeah,
what? Because
that was just
I
something
just
that I
said
came
that.
across. I know I was that's
I,
why I was saying that. Could it be a distraction? Because I don't know what the point is. I don't really know what the point is. I don't know if he explained it or not.
I
You
just said
feel me?
it's a political distraction, bro.
But
That's
man, that
all.
nigga, hey, you gotta play your role once you get in the system. And I'm gonna say system because that's what nigga said. We ain't gonna say the other word. It's system. It's the system. Yeah, I mean, when you get in the system, you gotta play by certain rules. You gonna put on a dress, or you gonna do this. And
I feel you.
he chose to do the opposite. He ain't put the dress on, but he still sold it. So I don't give a damn.
No, I think I seen that nigga with a kilt on before. Shit.
Mm. I might have to look it up, but I ain't never. I don't really do too much
I
internet
think I
shit,
think I would have killed on
but
too.
it wouldn't surprise me because to be in the system, man, it's a lot of shit that come with it. If you don't comply, then you gotta sacrifice somebody or some shit. Either way, he must be playing the system right because he's still here. I ain't gonna knock what he doing because to each his own. But hey, for you to be supposedly conscious, don't seem too much like you are at all. Like the moves you make ain't conscious moves. For you to say that you think outside the box and
A lot of
be
people
your
go
own
crazy or
person,
look crazy.
the moves you make don't make you seem like your own person. It don't make you seem like you're conscious.
Yeah, Kanye, I mean Kyrie Irving. They ain't trying to make Kyrie seem crazy.
I heard. Well, I didn't see none of it, but I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think Kanye crazy.
I don't think that
what
nigga
was that
crazy.
you that posted Orlando? That was you that
Uh,
posted Orlando Brown in the chat.
I don't know.
yeah, that song, that rap, yeah.
I don't
Y'all
know
seen that shit?
if that was Orlando, that nigga was eating on that hoe.
Yeah, he
Man,
got
But
bars.
that nigga ain't crazy.
At the same time, they made the nigga look like he crazy, he retarded, he going through all this. But when you
That
grow
nigga,
up in
No, but he
Disney,
was doing some goofy shit though.
oh nigga, you gotta understand. You grew up in Disney. You grew up in Illuminati.
yeah, but
You grew up
he,
being
but
fucked.
look,
How the fuck
but
you
what
think
you
your
gotta,
mind supposed to be?
what he do, what he
Your
started
mind
doing,
not gonna be right, nigga. You
He
made
probably
these
did all that
millions.
just to get the
what all the
attention.
rest of them do. He do all what all the
Okay,
rest of
so
them do.
Miley Cyrus
What
doing the
Britney
same
Spears
shit. All
did.
these niggas Disney
Nah,
characters.
listen, bro.
All the Disney
What Brit,
characters fucked up.
what Britney Spears did. Save the head.
Motherfucking Miley Cyrus, nigga. All the motherfuckers
I'm
that
just
grew up
saying,
doing Disney is fucked
they
up.
they all they all do. I'm telling you, they
So
be
you
that
saying they
old.
all got together and planned this shit?
What are you talking
Or
about?
they all went through some shit that fuck with?
I'm saying a lot of them do certain things because they feel like they can't do what they want to do. So they go against the grain, and it looks to us as if they crazy. But you gotta understand, they live in a whole different life, along with
Right,
the you know
right.
Illuminati bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The
That's all I was
brainwashing and
saying. I
all
just
that.
said it a little different as far as them acting out. You know what I mean? Like they acting
What I'm
out not
saying,
because
what I'm saying,
they
they ain't
crazy.
crazy
They
though.
acting out because they tired of doing the same shit that they telling them to do on a day to day basis. They don't want to do the shit no more.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way this shit looking, I can guarantee you, Orlando Brown won't make it next 3 years. If he trying to step away like that, they ain't gonna let that shit happen. He know too much. Oh, we just had that shit too. Knowing, power, knowledge, knowledge,
He,
power. We just
he
had that
ain't say
conversation too.
he ain't said nothing that don't nobody already know though. He ain't you
I
know
mean, a lot of rappers don't. Okay, Pac ain't say shit that we didn't know, but they still got rid of the niggas he was telling to. He was outside the
how
box. They
they
couldn't control him. Once they can't control you, that's where the problem come in. It's not what you say. It's about them controlling you and how you move. If you don't move the way they want you to move, they don't care about what you say because they've been putting shit in our face since they went. People just wasn't looking at it
what
like that. Like,
but look, what I'm saying is this. We already know what we they kill us for what we say, but what he's saying ain't causing shit. It ain't causing nothing. He ain't no Martin Luther King or nothing like that. For them to come
no,
and
no,
arrest
what he's
him.
saying ain't. But him
I
not
mean,
obeying what they telling him to do might be. If I told you to do this, you wasn't supposed to do that.
they that's why I'm saying, look, that's why I was saying earlier. They been being defiant. Look at Michael
Uh-huh.
Jackson. Look what he even was defiant. He went against their ass too. You know what I'm saying? He spoke on the mic about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go back. They got this shit on YouTube. You know, him talking about the rest of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Michael Jackson was telling on
Nigga
that.
Prince was too.
I'm just saying they been doing this shit. They been being defiant, acting this like how he act. But if you ain't moving nothing, then it don't even matter. It's just a motherfucker running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on how big you is too, though. Now, if you was somebody
Right,
big
right.
like Mike, oh yeah, we got got to set this nigga up.
Oh, that nigga
You
big
know
as
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like Orlando Brown, oh no, we ain't worried about that. He ain't going on no press runs. He ain't doing no rallies. He ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? He just getting in front of a camera, man. And then it ain't like he just pulling in millions of views. He ain't getting millions and millions of views. He ain't getting more views than Gorilla. SNL. They go to her videos and go to his. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it like that. You know what I mean? Because he could have been a rapper. Imagine if he was a rapper saying all that shit. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't getting no views, he ain't big. Ain't nobody, damn, he ain't making that move. Now, if he had this whole city behind him doing some shit, they would have shut that shit down locally anyway. The mayor, do politically, we wouldn't have even heard about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why that shit wouldn't even never made it to the man. Like, man, they got this shit on lock like that. You know that. That's why they got city councils, all that shit. All this old, you think this is corrupting the military? This shit locally too. Niggas die locally. That's why they, know, shit, this shit deep, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I already know it. They been making niggas look crazy for the longest. I'm saying niggas, but I mean people. Anybody
Yeah.
that say something. JFK,
Mm-hmm.
man, anybody that say something, that's what it is. But
Okay, but outside of celebrities, man, what would be something that you come across that you would want to announce or talk about, put on blast type shit? Outside of paparazzi and celebrity type shit. Just like you'll watch TikTok or you'll watch YouTube or you'll watch Facebook. Or it's just something that can resonate with you, not just you seeing and you trying to figure out what happened with that situation with celebrities and all that shit. I'm just talking about some regular ass shit, not celebrities involved. Just a situation or like a conversation or an instant something that happened that's outside of uh celebrities, hip hop, comedy, whatever it got to do to pertain to celebrities. Anything outside of that that you seen in the last 2 3 days that resonate with you that you would have an opinion on.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing, and this is, I don't even, what about parenting type shit? I've been seeing some shit that got to do with bad parenting. You feel me? Like, out of control. And one I can speak about that I saw on TikTok, even though that ain't what I'm talking about, but yesterday I was on TikTok and I was watching a video of little boy and his sister and their mama was holding the camera. And the little boy on the camera flexing or whatnot. And the sister stuck her hand and it was like she started roasting him over there, but she called him gay. You feel me? And he elbowed her in the mouth. Boom. And she went back. And the mama was like, see, oh, that's what you get. Don't be calling him gay. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be calling him gay or something like that. And he sat there with that face. He had, it's funny, but the face he had on reminded me of Jihad. You feel me? He had a Jihad face on. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? A few minutes after that, the mama told the daughter to let her look in her mouth and see if she was bleeding or whatnot or whatever. She ain't, she wasn't or not, but the daughter, the daughter started talking to us like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That ain't cute or that ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly what it was. It was just like, that ain't cool and that ain't funny and nothing like that. And, how would you like if somebody did it to you and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And we talking about these kids is under under 10. These little kids.
I wouldn't even like really say too much about that situation because I wouldn't even start with the kids. Like the kids wasn't wrong at all. Like I mean, if you teaching them different aspects in life, then they gonna act different. If you teaching your daughter to be this type of female, and at this point they calling them bitches. I mean, if you teaching your daughter to be this type of bitch, but you teaching your son to be a different type of nigga, then that shit gonna collide. You need to raise them collectively. You know what I mean? It's no separation when you raising kids. When you raising kids, you raise them together and with the same understanding. So if you teaching your son this and he do this, but you teaching your daughter that she should fight a nigga, then shit, what you think gonna happen? So I can't really speak on the kids and I won't speak on them, but I'm gonna say that the parent and that well or the parent, I didn't see the video. I don't know if it's two or one, but in
It
that
was just the
situation,
mama there.
nigga, is not the kid's fault. Like
I
that's how
really
you
think if the
bringing
daddy
them up.
there, he would have checked that shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean that's how you bringing them up. So I can't really speak on the kids because they still being taught, and if they that young, thank God that they still have time to change and still have time to learn. Because at this point, you got these kids that are yours that you teach it in two different manners. And the sad thing about it is when they go out in the street, they not gonna know how to ride together because they too busy fighting each other.
What video you talking about? The one with the chicken? I mean the McDonald's chicken?
I don't know. All I know is the video is it's a boy and a girl, little boy and a little girl in the car. The mama she holding the camera. She ain't really on the screen though. But you can hear her talking. And the boy flexing in the camera and stuff. The girl trying to get in a little bit. You know, they did. They start talking noise, and she ended up calling him gay in the elbow. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know the video. I don't know the people.
I don't know if I
I
posted it
don't
or
think
not.
I ever seen the video, but what I said is what I said, man. You bullshit. You need to raise your kids to be together, not fight each other. Like mine, they got into it with the people that used to live across the street before we made a move. Um, my daughters would go over there and play with them, but they end up turning them against each other. So they was fighting each other, and it came to the point to where I was like, "Y'all come back to this motherfucking house, and that little one crying, and y'all rocking with them. I'm gonna bust y'all ass, cause that's y'all sister. Them motherfuckers is neighbors. Y'all don't even know them bitches. If y'all don't take up for her when they try to jump her, I'm gonna fuck y'all up. Cause what y'all need to know is family is family. I don't give a fuck what differences y'all got. That's in the house. Outside, nigga, y'all like this. In the house, y'all can have all the problems y'all want. But outside, if y'all ain't like this, y'all ain't family, y'all ain't sticking together, y'all ain't riding together. This is not what it is. Y'all like this. Now we got problems. So the next day, same shit happened. Iris run in here. They tried to jump me. Like where your sisters at? They over there with them. Huh. Okay. So I go outside. First I told them to come in. And I shot at them. And I told them exactly what I said 2 days ago, nigga. I told y'all, not like if y'all not like this, when y'all go out there, we got a problem. After that, I left them in the house and I went across the street and I told them to go get their dad. He come to the door. Man, bring your ass outside. You got your daughters over here jumping my kids. It was four of them and three of mine, but all of them was older. They was like at least 5 years older than my oldest. They was older. I ain't give a fuck. As long as y'all fought, I don't care if y'all lost. So I told that nigga, man, look, you tell your daughter quit picking on my daughter for me, you gonna have some problems. That was straight up, like, so the nigga kept talking on some friendly shit, but he went in the house and he grabbed his little 45. I ain't gonna fuck with nobody. Okay, cool. That just further let me know where I gotta take it to. So I went back in the house and I told my daughter, go outside. Y'all go outside. I don't want y'all to do no talk. Start swinging. Hit everybody you can hit. Win, lose, or draw. They did. They went out there. They fought their ass up. No scratches, no nothing. They was banging them hoes. I was surprised considering how big they was and how it started with her getting pumped and them riding with her. I thought it was gonna be one sided, but them niggas ain't had no scratches, nothing, no bruises, nothing. They was going in, and like later on that night, me and him got into it because I could hear them screaming in the garage, and I had my music playing in my garage. I had my door open. This nigga come out talking about turn the music down. It's too loud. I turned my music down, but I can hear all the shit that's going on over there. Like, why the fuck this nigga so loud? But I can't hear my. You know what? These niggas said they think they punking people. Okay, so I turned my music up and I walked to the nigga driveway. It was right across the street from mine. Told him to come outside, but I had my shot. Bring your 45 out here. We gonna see who shoot first. I don't want to hear nothing. All that trying to punk nigga shit. You ain't even from the era that I'm from. You ain't did half the shit I did. I don't want to hear nothing. Thing is, from that day, my daughter's into my click tight, click tight. Ain't no pulling them apart. I don't care who you are. From that day, when they fought together, ain't no breaking. They might fight in this house over little shit like cookies, and chips, and small shit like that. But when they leave this house, them niggas like this. Ain't no separating them motherfuckers. And that was my whole point. Just to show you, look, come on, man. Look, if y'all stick together, can't nobody stop. Y'all let these motherfuckers pick y'all apart out here, then it's gonna be a shitload of problems. Like she get fucked up because she by herself. But if y'all stick together, she ain't gonna get fucked up because she gonna know it's three of y'all and she gonna have to deal with the rest of y'all once y'all catch it. What the fuck? Why would you leave her for dead? Like, come on, man. That's not what we gonna do. That's not how family rock. But them niggas ended up moving like a week later. And the new niggas over there, they cool as shit, but it's still the same shit. Like, I don't care who it is. If it's family too. And I'm sorry to say this shit, but this how I feel. Like if I get into it with some family or they get into it with some family, I don't care. Y'all still gotta stick together. I don't know what they teaching their kids. I don't know if they teaching them family or they teaching them survival or they teaching them fuck everybody except this. It's a lot of things that go into raising kids. Like, and it's not just manners. It's not just respect. It's not just yes sir, no ma'am, and all that other shit. It's a lot of shit that go into raising a kid that people overlook and take it to just well they say yes sir, no sir. They say yes ma'am, no ma'am. Yeah, but in public they do that. but at home they disrespect you. So how does that work out? It's too much to vary how you feel you're raising your child, because you can raise your child to be humble at home and then out there in the streets they thugging, or you can raise your child to be humble in the streets but at home they disrespecting you, or you can take them to the store and then they clowning because they ain't get what they want. It's a lot of variables that go into raising a child that people don't even think about. They just like, oh, this is my baby, my baby, my baby. They gonna spoil them, and then at the end of the day, that baby not gonna respect you because all they know is how to get their way. If they don't get their way, what you let them have from the beginning, then it's a problem. But that's not that baby fault. That's the parent. So I don't fault the kids that's out here. I fault the parents. Like, if you think that your child a bully and you let them be that bully and you promote that shit and then they get their ass whooped by my daughters, I don't fault my daughters because I'm telling my daughters go to school right now, whoop their ass. The teacher called me, the principal called me. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna give you a pass as long as you can validate the reason. All this bullying shit, I ain't rocking with. All this spoiled ass shit, and y'all letting them get away with too much shit. I ain't rocking with. That's just me. I don't know, like how too many people feel on the situation, but I see a lot of it when you go out, and you can see a lot of it when you go to the stores, you go to Walmart, you go to Kroger's, you go to whatever store, or you just out in the street walking around. You can see a lot of neglect as far as teaching the kids how to survive in this environment, because let them think that they can do this and let them think they can do that. That's gonna get your kid killed at a young age. Because a lot of kids that grow up with nothing is just like your child, except your child is privileged. But the kid that they coming up against, he not privileged. He hungry. And that privileged little motherfucker that think he can talk crazy because you let him do it, gonna get killed by that little young nigga that's thugging out here because he ain't got nothing. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna let somebody else.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking like, well,
I
when
can
you
hear
was
you.
talking about when you was talking about your situation with your daughter, I was thinking about it's like damn, 'cause I could I could just see when you telling the story, you could just see that. So, but I was also thinking like too though, like, 'cause I got a daughter, but your daughter's like older than mine. All your daughters are pretty much older than mine, but probably like one of them probably like 10 years. And I was just thinking like I wouldn't even like everybody different. That's another thing. From the get go, I thought before you even start talking, I really think like I can't speak on nobody. I've learned over the years. Now you can, but it would at what cost? So I can't speak on how nobody else can nobody they child. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say everybody parent they child different. You know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't even let thinking about that situation. I put myself in shoes, and I was like, I don't even want to like, you know, I can't even imagine that, you know what I'm saying, for my little girl, like, you know what I mean, just to even see her fighting, you know what I'm saying, like, and I know it's part of life to fight, but ain't no way, I'm not even. you know, I look at it like to prevent that whole situation. I wouldn't even put I mean, I wouldn't even put my child in the situation or in there to where they can, I mean, where you can get into it with somebody, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even gonna go spend night at people's house chilling, playing with people, none of that shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that can never even happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, you know, I can't even imagine her. Like, 'cause I'm always watching her, so it's like, cause she's young, so it's like, it ain't like she can come back and say, "Hey, I just had a fight with somebody." No, that can't happen. That can't even happen. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so the only thing I can imagine is if I'm with my daughter, and I don't know if a little girl disrespect her, you know, especially if her parents, even if her parent not there, you know, my daughter ain't gonna have to say nothing. I'm like, where your mom at? I'm tell my little girl to get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we gonna get away from this person. You know what I'm saying? See what they mama at, come with the child. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it would be some, oh, excuse me, and all that, and come on, girl, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get, like, yeah, get that child. Like, I mean, that's, you know what I mean? I mean, like, even if it's in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you paying on your, I mean, only thing I can see if I'm not watching my child if she outside, if she young, like I say, like if she, let's say she on the porch, you know what I'm saying? There's no way a fight can occur, you know, because ain't nobody, unless somebody gonna come on the porch and start trying to, you know what I'm saying, hit her or whatever, or something like this out the blue, you know, I can't even imagine, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, that's why I say it could never even happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, like, so it goes back to the beginning of what I said on the parenting thing. Everybody parenting different, you know what I mean? So I can't speak on what other people would do. I only say what I would do for mine and the reasons why and all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever anybody else do, that's on them, you know. And,
You sound like Oprah, but I know different. And I know this because as parents, our kids have friends, our kids have other family that they go with. When they go with their friends or they go with their family, anything can happen. And say I'm in Houston and my kids in Lamar, or you wherever you at and your daughter somewhere else with family or anybody else. There's no way you control that situation from where you at. You would still have to ask what the hell is going on if anything happens. God forbid it do. Just in case. If anything happens, you would still have to try to figure that out. Because even being protective of our kids, we still try to give them a little happiness, a little freedom, a little to be with. Not even if we're not trying to do that for them, we at least trying to please the rest of the family where they can at least be around them,
see, that's
so
why I
it
was
won't be
saying.
a
That's why I was
problem.
saying. That's why I was saying. You everybody different. You keep saying we. You know what I'm saying? You speak when you speaking now. You speaking as a collective. Like everybody agree. This how we. It was there. You know what I'm saying? It everybody is different. You know what I'm saying?
I
That ain't
need you
what
to
I
talk
would
to
do.
me
You know what
if
I'm
we
saying?
gonna talk about the situation. We need to
Oh, I
talk
ain't
real.
never though.
If not, then we can let the situation go because
Oh, we could just let it
you
go
and
then.
I both know that you didn't let your daughter go
Let that
with
go.
her family and this shit. But if we don't want to talk real, we don't want to talk real. We don't want to get personal. We don't want to get personal.
What?
I mean, it ain't really about being
What?
personal. It's just about talking about like kids. Like
Man, oh man, come
Well, back to the original situation, man. I think that the mama should have definitely handled that situation better. You know what I'm saying? This she said was she didn't have calm gay, or that's what she get for calm gay, something like
I mean,
that.
I ain't seen that video, but it seems that
And I had to
they
watch a
they
couple
being
of
raised
times
in
to see
some
where he
thuggish
hit her at.
shit. Like they not really being talked to about how to handle different situations. They're not really being talked to about how to walk away and let people do whatever the fuck they gonna do. They're not. They really. It seemed like more of being taught about aggression and growing up in I don't know the environment because I ain't see the video. But I'm just
But
gonna
we
say
can
that
say is that's why it's good for a father to be around. Cause if the daddy was around, that would have went different. I guarantee
I can believe that for sure, for sure. Which I got from what he was saying, but at the same time, you know, I get
you.
that part.
Everybody got daughters, so I can imagine.
My thing is shit gonna happen. You can't stop it from happening. You can stop it from progressing. You can
About how you handle
mediate
it.
the situation, or you can escalate the situation. What type of parent are you? You know what I mean? That type shit. But you can't stop the situation from happening initially because you ain't gonna be there. You know what I mean? You're not there when it first starts. But you can mediate the shit, or you can kill it, or you know what I mean, or you can escalate. That just depends on how you raising your kids, or which direction you going with the shit. If you're gonna keep teaching them thugging, then it's gonna always be a problem. If you're gonna teach them how to protect themselves, but not start no shit, then that's a different thing too. I mean, it's a lot of different ways to handle a lot of different shit when it comes to parenting. Parenting really is honestly learning from your past and learning as you learn your child because every child not the same. Every child don't think the same. Every child not gonna act the same. You know what I mean? It's what you instill in them from the beginning, and from there, how to handle different situations. Like everything not biscuits and gravy. Everything not pancakes out here. It ain't gonna be sweet. It ain't gonna be fun and last all the time. Being a child, a lot of it is, but a lot of times kids are evil as shit.
That's funny. But I feel you. They had a little, trust me, I deal with a lot of them.
Hey, to the fans, man, I'm sorry if I started some shit, but it wasn't intentional.
See, they need to know what's going on.
Man, it's not the intention. Like I don't want to start no controversy or nothing, but it's more than just bird's eye, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's more than
But
just
I'm gonna
shit.
say this though, me, you know what I'm saying? Me, when it was something the first time, you feel me? I probably would have went over there and hollered at their daddy. You feel me? And then they wouldn't have went back over there to go play with them again for that to even happen again. Uh, you feel me?
Now, that shit followed them from school, but they all went to school together, right across the street. You know where I stay.
Yeah.
They all went to school together, and that shit had the second time it happened on the way coming home, and we on the same street. You know what I mean? That nigga right there, I'm right across the street. First time wasn't really shit, but the second one, I just knew it wasn't gonna be a third. I mean, at that time, like I understood what it was, and understanding that my kids, they grew up spoiled. You know what I mean? And well, they still that way. And I fuck with them all the time about this shit. But and to see the way
My shit keeps.
where the second time when the second time it happened, I walked out there to see the way the oldest one was talking. She didn't grow up with that nigga. She grew up with her mama and around, I guess, a stepdaddy or something. She didn't grow up with the nigga that stayed across the street. But that's her daughter. That's his daughter. But you can tell they had different demeanors and different, you know what I mean, attitudes about different situations. Like this nigga nonchalant, he calm, he scared. This bitch is amped up, and she got her sisters and shit amped up. So to see that, that's when I just told my girls to go in. You know what I mean? Because if this nigga got something to say, nigga, we can dead that right now. Cause that nigga ain't built like his, his daughter was more harder than him. So I wasn't worried about that nigga. My thing was I'm trying to get y'all to understand if y'all not click tight, then y'all not gonna make it. Like if y'all don't lock in, who care what the fuck y'all fight about in the house? That's in the house. When y'all hit these streets, nigga, y'all should be unbreakable.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's a different perspective. I mean, I'm just adding myself into it for me because I only got one. You got more than one. You know what I'm saying? That's a lesson you feel like you needed to be taught. Yeah, as a parent. That's like you said. It was about. You know what I mean? It ain't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean. I mean. That's. I mean. For me, it's only one. So it's like I can't even fathom. I can't see her getting nobody hitting her. Like, nah, I can't. I mean, that'll hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I might have to do something. Like, there's only one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna try to prevent stuff like that. You know what I mean? And try to keep. You know what I mean? That's why I say everybody different. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay. I like that. So let me ask you a question. What would be your say you talking to another parent that just got one child? What would be your maybe a couple of pointers to protect that one that they do have?
Uh, like I
I
like.
mean, I know you can't protect them, but like kind of avoid some of the shit that
Oh well, like I'll make sure they'll stay away from that person. Or we wouldn't. I wouldn't put them in. Let's say like at school. Let's say 'cause things happen at school all the time. And you want the parents not at school. You know what I mean?
right.
Kids getting into things. You know what I mean? So let's say a kid getting into a altercation at school.
Hmm.
And you find out, and it can be somebody that's in the neighborhood, like you said, across the street. But let's say it happened at school.
Hmm.
I would, it's a whole nowadays when kids get into fights in school, it's like you gotta have, it's gonna be talks, especially young kids, like I say, like elementary school, like little
Right,
kids. You
right.
know what I mean? So it's gonna be like parent to parent and things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and so
yeah. I've
it's
been
gonna
there.
be
I've
like
been there.
worked out, like more like it's so it won't non-violently. So and then at home, it just she not finna even be around these people I mean, that person anyway. So it's like out of
Hey,
sight,
hey, hold
out
on
of
one
sight, out of
second.
mind.
1 second. 1 second. Whoever that is that's trying to get in, you're not gonna get in if your camera don't work. Whoever that is, just here.
I don't even
So
know who
go
that is.
out, go fix your camera and come back.
I ain't never heard that name. So, um, but say like that person they got into it with at school live like next door or
Yeah, that's
right
what I was
across
saying. That's
from.
why I say. That's why I say at home, it would be like it just be.
Like
I
I
just
say,
go to the extreme. I go to the extreme and say, "Oh, it's the next door neighbor." You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't even be
right.
like they wouldn't even. She wouldn't even. Even though that's like a wild probability even happening.
You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
wouldn't even still she wouldn't even like play with them or be around that person for like anything that even happen anyway. Like I say, out of sight, out of mind, they kids, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. See, I thought
10, I'm
that
talking about
way.
like 9, 10 years old, like little kids. They ain't
Yeah. See,
this
I
ain't
thought
like
that way,
no
but I didn't want to deprive my kids from going outside and they own they
I mean
they
like
live
like I
here.
no, I mean like I say, no. I ain't saying anything about wrong or right or anything. I was saying what you I was just saying how for me because like you said, it was like I said at first that was a lesson, you know what I mean? And then your kids is older too, you know what I mean? And then it's a group. It's a lot of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right. Right. I
so
feel you.
cause if I was in that situation, your shoes, I can't say the same thing because now it's a different scenario. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole
Right.
nother.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's you know what I mean. So, but
Yeah. No. Like I don't. Look, one thing we got to get to, like,
that's why I say it.
going forward into this new like platform. Like we not pulling up books. We not pulling up facts. We not trying. What we doing now? We spitting our opinion. We saying how we feel and how we would handle certain stuff or how we think about certain stuff. So what I want to get to is not so far making it political. I want to be able to speak and you speak and he speak as far as how we feel, and that's it. And we ain't look. I can ask a question, but that's it. But ain't no wrong or right because that's you, this me, that's him, that's him. You know what I mean? That's it's a different platform that we're trying to work with right now, and I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you or I'm saying something that I'm trying to argue with you on some other shit. Like right now, man, look, I'm loving this platform because everybody is open. Like ain't no right or wrong. This is not a debate. Ain't no 2 minutes this and 3 minutes that. Then the rebuttal, nigga. We just saying what we saying. And if you start talking, I'ma pause. You know what I mean? Let you talk. It's a better build this way. I feel anyway. But I understand what you're saying and I respect it. That's your baby, like and that's your only one too. So shit, I get it. That nigga up top ain't said nothing though, Mr. Host.
Shit, 'cause I'm the host.
Ain't
But
that some bullshit?
I mean, shit, I said what I had to say about the whole parenting situation. You feel me? You know, for the most part, everybody handle their situations different, being to just how they was raised or either just came up. You know what I'm saying? So it's all opinions. Who's to say who's right or wrong about it? It's about to me
I
making the I don't even want to say best, but you know what I'm saying, the more fit decision
I
in the
don't. I
moment.
honestly, I don't mean to cut you off, but on that situation, as far as parenting, the only way that I would say you wrong if you teaching your kids this hip hop thug fake ass shit. That's the only way I would say you were wrong. If you teaching your kids to be humble, stay away from trouble, how to handle different situations, and you
I don't
kind of
do humble.
incorporate in they learning some of the knowledge that they need to learn along the way as far as Christmas, the Bible, and all that shit. Don't force it on them. Just incorporate it a little bit and let them kind of pick up on it slowly and gradually. Ain't nothing wrong about that. Period. Period. Nothing wrong. But if you teach them the same shit that this world that you see on the news all the time going through, if you teach them that same shit, something wrong with that. To me, that's just how I feel. I'm a relinquish. Somebody else can speak on it, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we definitely went over our time. This was only supposed to be 30 minutes, but
I can't really say on that though.
Let me ask one more question because it looks like he got something on his mind that he want to get out. Let me ask what you thinking, brother. Let's chop it up real quick. And
Oh, now I was pondering about what you. I was listening to what you just said, and I just digested it, and then I thought about it, and I just said, what I just said. I just said, I really can't say nothing about that like that, because about the right or wrong thing,
right,
you know what I mean? Because anybody, everything is opinion, like Les said.
how you
That's
feel?
how.
How you feel about like teaching your kids like being that we was brought up Christianity and all this other stuff? How you feel like introducing your child into your new belief? How would do you just force it, or you like spoon feed it, or like is it like sections, or how
What you
you feel
mean?
like that should be brought? Being that a lot of people are opening their eyes after the fact that we've been through this shit. How do you feel like you should introduce that to your kids without them?
Introduce what? Like what you mean? Like Christianity and stuff like that?
I mean, being that they have grandparents, 9 times out of 10 they gonna grow up in a religion that they parent the grandparents taking them to church and all of that. I mean, they gonna grow up in a religion, but how do you feel like you should introduce different things as far as outside of Christianity? Like your daughter, if her grandparents and her aunties or uncles or whatever taking her to church,
Can't nobody
how
take
would
her to church.
you
Can't nobody
how
take her
would
to
you
church.
introduce like your beliefs as far as energy, um, things we talk about as far as outside of the Bible,
What I know, what I
holidays and all of this? How do you introduce her to this yet, or you wait?
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Uh, to me, like common sense supposed to be common sense. Regular shit supposed to be regular shit. But as you growing up in society, you don't know until you get older, though. You know what I mean? And so, like, don't can't nobody take my child to church or put nothing on my child, make my child do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I mean? Can't nobody can make her go nowhere, none of this, and force nothing upon her, like no religion or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And I don't either. You know what I mean? So, and everything is being like taught organically, like it's supposed to be real, like real. You know what I mean? It's something like if she going through life, like just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You going through life and you want to know things. You know what I mean? And so you ask questions or because you don't know because you seeing things out in the world. You know what I'm saying that other people are doing or other kids at school doing. I mean, at all type you want to know things. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna
right,
ask
right,
questions. You know what I mean? And you talk to your child. You know, you let you whatever question they, and that's how the information and lessons being taught, especially as it's like that. If you done raised a child before, it's like organically. It ain't nothing being like I finna, cause I ain't got no beliefs. First of all, cause you was saying your beliefs, I ain't got no beliefs. Cause I mean, I don't believe nothing. My thing is if you know, either you know or you don't know. It just ain't no in between. The in between is the belief part. I don't do the belief. You know what I mean? So it's like I say, it's nothing. It ain't like it's something to be taught. It's just I've been on this earth longer. I acquired I experienced what I experienced, you know what I'm saying? And having a child as they growing up, they gonna wanna know things. They gonna come to the parent. What's this? What this mean? What the and you just you know what I mean? Boom.
So,
You
but
know,
that's still
or
something
even
to be
before that,
taught.
you prepare them, you know, for certain things. So when they do see or hear it, you know what I mean? So they won't be tricked to how everybody else not even knowing, you know what I mean? Give them game before. That's
Yeah,
how you
yeah, I
can,
get that part, but that's still
you
something
know.
to be taught. That's still something to be learned on their end. You can't say it's not nothing to be taught because they still
I
learning.
mean, I mean, like
They
it's
still,
things to be, it's things to be taught, but I mean, like I'm saying it as in terms how you was speaking to me about it,
all that like
like
you're
because you
not
was
forcing
like
it.
it's a
You're
belief or
not
something. You got to
like,
teach somebody a belief or something like that. That's how you was talking. And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
nah, it ain't
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like that to be taught like that. It ain't like you know what I'm saying. It ain't.
Yeah, it
It's
ain't
just natural
forcefully
life. It's
put
not
stuff on them.
like it's common sense. Like I said, like I
Yeah,
know I've been here living on this earth 30 some years. You know what I'm saying? I know more than you. You know what I'm saying? It's common sense. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know
yeah.
more than you. You know what I'm saying? It's like and you teach you what you know. You know what I'm saying? What's real food? Common sense. You know what I'm saying? Teach them what real food is, not what you teach. I mean, not the fast food. Fast food, not real food. You know what I'm saying? Like teach them for real. Like, you teach them the real. That's all it is. Just teach them what's real. You know
So
what I'm saying? That's how you doing. You know what I mean? Like,
last question:
what you ain't
Have you
forcing.
started introducing her, or are you waiting till later?
Well, I'm gonna say it. It's nothing. It's not. See how you saying, how you talking. It's like,
No, 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 no.
what
See,
you mean?
basically,
It's
like, have you like,
introducing her.
because you know how they say you give them milk before you give them bread. Like, have you started giving them milk before you give her the meat and shit? Like, just slowly introducing different things to her, where it
Like what? Like
open up
what?
her mind to different things instead of what
Like
they
what?
teaching in school exactly. Like, just different information. Period. Like
Like what?
anything that you think outside of what they teaching in school. Like anything as far
Like
as,
politics and all that stuff? Nah.
yeah, I don't really dig with politics and,
Politics and Illuminati and all that. No.
yeah, no, like
Nah.
mostly I talk to
Nah.
my kids about holidays, about the Bible as far as the way they stress it in the church type thing, and because I do let them go to church with my mama every now and then. That's why I talk to them as well about church. That's why I was asking about
Well,
introducing different
I,
theories or
well,
different things for them to look in. And I'm introducing it to them, but I'm letting them go to church so they can form their own opinion.
no, my
So I mean,
thing
that's
is,
why I was asking
I,
these questions. It's
I,
not
oh,
to,
I see what you're saying. Like, for me, for my child, it's like we don't, we don't do the religion thing. So it's no church going on. So I already told her, I already,
so
pretty
you didn't
much,
already introduce her to
I
some.
pretty much like his common sense, but I made her, it's common sense, but
You
it's like I got her to realize, like, all right, you understand, like, you're not this body.
right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? You're not
right.
this body. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's what I was asking. Like, how did you introduce it, or if you like this?
You the
I mean, that's
energy.
all I was
I
asking.
mean,
As
I
far as
let
all
her
the rest of
know.
shit, I mean,
I mean, the main thing, I let her know that she the energy. You know what I mean? You the soul in the body. You're not the body though. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like you need to know like who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. Like you know what I mean? So that off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? I told her that. You know what I mean? Like she know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell her that she can do anything she put her mind to. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. You know what I mean? And I ain't. It's no religion. You know what I mean? Isn't and my daughter is. I'm letting her. I'm letting her experience too. It's like let's say a rich parent letting their child go to public schools.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm
I
saying?
can dig that.
She getting there too though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, you know what I mean? So, but like I say, it's like how you, it's all how you know what I mean? She my thing is I feel as if you tell a person who they are and where they are. And from now, that's it. That's all you have to do. You know what I'm saying? From now, you know what I'm saying? Everything else gonna fall into play. You know what I'm saying? As you uh, building your consciousness, collecting all this data out here as you're growing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? From child to adolescent to adult. You know what I mean? If you know who you are and where you is, then your path to where you gotta go, it becomes clear. What you know what I mean? What because then all the
Yeah, yeah, I
because if
get
you
it.
know
I
that,
get it.
then
Cause
because if you know that, well you know
that's
then you
that's
know why you got here, why you even here.
that's
You
basically
know what
what
I
I
mean?
was
It's the deeper
asking, like
things. You know,
how you introduced them to it. But from what you saying, you gave
and that's
her
the
you
passive
gave her
way.
the
The way
beans
I'm,
and rice out top, and
and that's
then
the passive way. The way I'm
you
speaking of. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. That's all I was asking. But maybe I had worded
Because
it
you can
wrong.
be from the womb. You can be, see, but it takes two parents to be on one accord for things like that, though. You know what I'm saying? From the womb, you build the consciousness, you know what I'm saying, of this child to guide. I mean, so they can know, you know what I'm saying, like what they supposed to do, why they
Yeah,
here.
so
You know
you're
what I'm
not
saying?
conflicted.
You feel me? But if it's just one parent, it's
It's
gonna
gonna be some
conflict. It's gonna
confliction
conflict.
because one saying this
That's
and
gonna
one saying that, and
yeah.
then they
So
conflicted.
it's gonna be you're gonna
Yeah,
have to go with popular belief. You feel me? You going to public school, basically.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
Yeah, we
mean?
talked about this
Your ass
the
getting
other
the
day.
J's, you goddamn me, you know what I'm saying? Come on, I mean,
Like
all that, you know what I'm saying? I
the
mean,
other
you
day,
going
we talked about it a little bit. You
it
know,
just gonna be, I mean, it's like you gonna, when you do what the norm is, basically.
like my girl got mad because I was
I
talking
get
to my
J's, I'm
kids
just saying.
about some of the shit we talk about, but they old enough to understand like the
Because you can
difference.
say I get jaded.
I do, I'm just saying.
You know what I
You
mean?
know?
Where
Fuck Jordan, though,
they
I'm just
old
saying.
enough to go and research this shit themselves. So I gave them a couple of jewels to go back and look at versus what they learning in church type thing. You know what I mean? And at this point, they more like rocking with learning new things instead of what that church teaching them. So at this point, they don't even want to go to church, but that's their decision because they're old enough to make it. And I wanted
Yeah.
them to have that because I didn't have that shit. I had to go to church. They made me go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't make my kids go. I let them go, but I also gave them some jewels that I was learning along the way from y'all. And I give y'all that, man. Y'all open my eyes to a lot of shit. But I wouldn't feel right if I didn't tell them none of this shit. Just let them just fucking believe what they was telling them.
Mhm.
That's the only reason I asked that question about how do you introduce it or when do you introduce it? Because with my kids here, well all my kids, I probably started shit 3 years ago, 3 years ago, actually talking to them about it. But this was like 2 or 3 years after we had started talking about it online. Like I didn't talk to them about it because me and their mother are mothers. Cause I got more than one baby mama. not on the same page, and I didn't know. I didn't want to conflict what they had at home on that end. But when I started talking to the ones that was here with me, I also started talking to the ones that wait. And I didn't have to say too much for them to be intrigued or go to look it up and ask me more questions. And a lot of the times I didn't have answers to them questions, but the more we talked, the more I learned. And the more I learned, the more I was able to tell them. That's why I asked certain questions and all of this. It may seem weird to y'all, it may seem like confrontational shit, but nigga, I want to know so I can tell mine. Ain't nothing outside of that that mean anything more than what it is. I mean, it's a question. If I need to break it down and make it seem something else, or I worded it wrong and it sounded fucked up, let me know. I can reword it. But I'm trying to learn so I can teach mine. Or if they ask a question, I can have an answer.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
why I'm at. Like I don't. That's why I like the new platform as far as more like freestyle. I mean, like any subject, we just go in, we voice our opinion, and we go to the next subject. I like this platform a little more than the 2 minute, all of that shit on one subject. Everybody trying to go in on one subject. This platform to me works out a
I
little
like it
better.
like that too though, but it's all. I mean, it's both equal to me. I mean,
They
I like
both
it like
work. It
that
just
though. I like it.
depends on.
I like it like that too though, because when it's a lot of people
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying?
It do have it create a little structure because it's a lot of people, so it does
Hmm.
give everybody a chance to talk uninterrupted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be more structured.
Sometimes, sometimes,
It just depends,
because I
you know.
remember a lot of them. We just
We it
going
was
back and forth, and it was
it was a
crazy.
bunch of it's a bunch of learning, going on. Even now, it's a lot of
Right,
learning
right,
going on.
right. I
So
get that.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
that's all it is to it.
This
But
is
it's all
that's
good.
why you gotta put your thinking hat on and not your
Not your emotional head.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You already know,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say not to. I don't know why I ain't want to say hat. I was gonna say don't try to get in. I was gonna say don't try to come get in your emotional bag.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, but you said emotional hat. You know what I'm saying? But
I just said that because you said thinking head, so I just
I
went
know,
with
cause that's what I was
emotional
gonna say. I was gonna
head.
say that at first. I thought that at first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with the hat,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, that shit sound corny. I'm gonna lie, nigga.
Oh damn, you just made me sound corny then. Ain't that a bitch?
Nah, it was just me over here. I ain't say that, but that's just the feeling I had in my head. I was
You
like,
did just say it, I sound corny, because you said if you would have said it would sound corny, but I
nah,
said so
it
now I
was
sound
live.
corny. Now this
Nah,
fucked up.
you made it live though because it was something that I was thinking, and it's like you said exactly what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to reword what I was, reword that, but you had to say it that, brought it out before I even got to reword it. You know what I'm saying? So,
A lot of the times when we be talking, bro, that's what makes the shit so live. Because a lot of the shit that I be thinking, ladder say. Like nigga, I was just thinking that shit. What
yeah.
the fuck?
yeah.
And then vice versa, he'd be like, I was just thinking that shit. You said it's crazy that a lot of times we be on the same vibrations like that. And we don't even know
The thing is, I'm gonna say this. Two things I just realized. You gotta a lot of times, damn, it's two things. What's the other thing first? What you just said? Oh, the vibration shit. Yeah, I don't want to forget that part. But I was gonna say when we talking, like, this, we going back and forth, we transferring energy and all this ideas and thoughts and stuff, and that's understandable. And a lot of times in the real world, you gotta take it to you on whatever somebody else is on. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when somebody on 10, you can't be on 10. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So I said that to say this when we having the conversation, like on here, you know what I'm saying? You can control the energy. You gotta control energy in the room. You can control the energy on the live. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta take it to, you know what I'm saying? Nigga on
Right,
nigga
right.
on nigga on nigga on 6. You ain't gotta go to 9 real quick. This is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you
yeah,
ain't got,
yeah. I get
cause
that.
then, now you put the other person in the position. Now, damn, do I go to 9 or do I go to 6 or do I, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to
Yeah,
fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking, you know what I mean?
and a
I
lot of
mean, it's
times
like,
that's when
you
our
feel me?
talks become
You gotta
controversial
you gotta
because we trying
control.
to out talk instead of listening. We trying to out talk the next person because they didn't raise their voice. Now we feel like we gotta raise our voice. Like a lot of times
Yeah.
that be what.
You saying you gotta know how to
Have
control
a
it.
little decorum, man.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole room but not get it, keep it to where it's at.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
uh,
It could be one person and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta
you
be,
know what I just realized when you said that is you can raise the vibrations without raising the noise level. If that make any sense to y'all?
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
That's crazy though.
Yep.
I ain't gonna even lie. Like I used to think shit. If you get loud, the vibrations rise with your voice. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. If you get loud, I'm getting loud too. Like, but the more I thought about, I'm gonna use these shit. And I always say you don't believe shit, you know shit, but I'm gonna use the energy shit. If I try to match your energy on this damn screen, it's gonna lower the vibration because there's too much hostility. It's like when we arguing, our vibration is not really high. Our voice is. Our vibration is actually low because we done sunk to the point to where we feel that we need to argue about some shit. It's actually the opposite. If we can talk, our vibration is higher than us arguing and screaming and all that shit. Like the energy level that it takes for you to get your point across screaming will actually lower your vibration. You're using too much energy. You use too much emotions. You using it's a whole lot of shit that go with what you do when you screaming, yelling, all of that shit. To where as if we can talk the
Some,
way we talking and get our point
I
across, and then
mean,
when somebody go ahead.
uh,
I'm about to say, yeah, I agree, because I'm just saying you ain't gotta, I mean, if you ain't gotta waste the energy to get your point across, why do it? You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. I think it was
that's what I
more
was
out of
gonna say. If
ego
somebody
back
don't
then.
get
You know
it,
what I
if they
mean?
if somebody can't get it, you just gotta let them not. They can't have it.
But now I understand
You
it's
try to
certain.
get
That's
it to
why I
them
say
and
it's
they
certain.
can't get it.
It's certain situations for certain shit though, because
Right,
a
right.
lot of
I get
shit,
it.
a lot of people. I mean, you gotta. It's look like, let's say in the conversation, you can't just give them the, like I'm saying, you can't just give them the apple. You gotta give them the applesauce. You
Okay.
gotta break it all the way down and go all the way into the specifics and shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Yeah, so it depends. So, yeah.
If you had one topic that you would start off with as far as like you want to give somebody some game, but you don't want to just give them all of it. What would be one topic you would start off with? One of the main topics you would start off with,
If I want to give them some game,
as far as you know what I mean when I say game, as far as learning, opening up, looking into new things, um, uh, checking into different beliefs, you know what I mean, like game on some of the shit that we talk about as far as learning as a people, understanding who we are as a people, or as a soul, and um, just progressing. Like, what would be something that you would start them off with?
to knowing who they like, to know who they is. I mean, like, I'm trying to think about what you're saying, cause I wouldn't even.
Okay, okay, take it. We got,
I mean, I know
we
what you're
got.
saying, but I wouldn't do that though. Like, like I just have a conversation with the person, you know, and and, and to know about a person, you go into the mind. It's like what you believe in, and you know what I'm saying. And you ask
Yeah,
questions like who, what, when, where, why, how. You know what I'm saying. And then you go in, and then you enlighten them. You know what I'm saying. And you start talking about different other topics. You know what I mean. Then ain't like I can, just having a conversation with the person. And
right.
from now they could take it to go fact check or I mean they ain't even got to go fact check because it's like a lot of shit. I mean it's I mean
I get what you're saying
once you
because after
understand it,
after
you like
you after
oh
you
I get it. It's like that. It ain't like something you can go fake because
after you
it's like
listen
oh
to what they
you know what I
saying,
mean.
then you can kind of go off of what they saying about what you want to tell them. And if they really interested, then they
Nah,
can ask you questions and shit
I'm
like
saying
that.
that go for anybody though. I'm saying that's how any. I'm saying it. I'm me. You know what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's anybody. You know what I'm saying. If
Mhm.
anybody want to know something from some, want to. That's how to. You say how do I get somebody to know like
No,
to know
really, it's
things
like
like about
if
their
you was
culture
talking to
or
somebody,
whatever
like how
about
would you start? How would you
about
start that
about
off?
life or whatever. You know what I'm saying. To get them to know anything about life and whatever. I mean, I don't even know like how a conversation like that would start. But I'm saying, if I was talking to somebody, if somebody wanted to know something about life, you know what I'm saying, just ask me or ask somebody or ask anybody. You know what I'm saying. But if you was to ask me, I'm gonna give you an answer too. You know what I'm saying. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like. And then I'm pretty sure, like I said, it'll probably go into religion, like, cause it'll go into their mind, like who they is, and cause they want to know about life. They're gonna go into their background about what they, you know what I'm saying. So it'll be a discussion. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like real life, and they go for anybody, cause you can do that same dialogue with somebody else, but with me,
Yeah, I know
it'll
I'm gonna
be
say
more
something
different.
different from somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
no, I'm gonna say something
let me
different.
rephrase this, and I'm gonna ask
But
both of
I
y'all.
mean, I
Mm,
understand
fine.
what you're saying though. You know, so I'm
If
just
What
if
saying.
if
aspect?
if I took my kids on a vacation and they seen some shit out there when we vacation or whatever, they had questions on different things as far as the sun, the moon, stars, the energy they felt on the boat. Say we was talking to it, one of the people that was on there that was strictly Christian. anything, and I brought them back, and I told you I had an emergency. If if I drop my kids up and be like, "Can you watch them for me?" And knowing that I know y'all and I trust y'all to talk to them, knowing that they gonna listen because I already started them on the journey. I just haven't gave them meat. You know what I mean? They still got the milk and bread. They ain't got the meat. I ain't gave them all that. So if I left my kids, or I let y'all come here and watch my kids, whatever, or I ask y'all to come here and watch my kids, whatever, not let y'all, because that's y'all with. Ask y'all, how would you like help to like expunge on what I'm already trying to tell them that y'all know more than me about? And that's kind of like
It's
How
kind
would
of
you
what
ask?
D. It's still the same answer that Debo said.
Yeah,
It's you gonna have to see what they know
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
or
saying?
what
I
they,
gotta
you
ask
know what I'm saying, and
questions.
go off of that.
Yeah,
okay,
answer the question and and give more clarity on it or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's all.
yeah, okay,
I feel like that'll be the best way to do anybody, because
y'all
to
good where I'm
give
at?
Yeah, well, that's
somebody a
why I
better,
say
it's
anybody, if
it's
there was
it's
anybody
easier
before
to it's easier to give somebody a better understanding about what they know than try to feed them something new.
me. Exactly.
Right, right. I got that out. He was saying the same thing. Yeah, you right.
Uh, Clarity, look, clarity.
Hmm.
Besides,
But
this the
if
this
some,
the Debo.
what about if somebody don't know nothing though? Then how would you like if don't nobody know nothing? 2 years old, you feel me? All high up, you off the ripping it. How would you go about it? Or what'll be a good method if we talking, you know,
See, that's kind of more like what I
knowledge of
was
self?
trying to
Because
add into.
we basically talking about knowledge of self, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's
So I
what I'm
would
saying.
say, like you should tell a child,
Oh, but
infant,
at times
as an
when you
infant.
teaching them how to brush their teeth, giving them a bath, uh, uh, yeah. I didn't just answer my own question.
I don't even think but I think I asked you. I think I asked you like
When you teaching them how to take a bath, when you teaching them how to
how
brush their
old should
teeth,
they
when
be
you
when you
teaching them how to
start?
do stuff, that's when you give them knowledge of stuff.
Yeah, you
You
teaching
feel me?
them, you showing them.
Right. But I'm saying you showing them the basics, but while you giving them the basics, you also giving them the knowledge of self at the same time on top of that.
Exactly, exactly. You
Right.
give them the real meanings behind shit, not the watered down shit.
So
Right.
do you
You
all
give
do
them the
when
real. You give them the
when you
real. You
giving
know
them
what
the
I
real knowledge? Do you also tell them? Excuse me. Do you also tell them what they're gonna come across so they know
mean? Of
what they
course.
looking at and what's the difference? Or you just telling them because my 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 reason for asking is just like when we was coming up, we was fed the Bible, we was fed church. I mean, so that's what we was fed. We wasn't fed nothing opposite of that. So we give them both. Like this is
I'm
what
a
this
see when it
say.
come
This
down
is
to that part, I'm gonna do when it come down to that part, I'm not even gonna go that route of it. I'm gonna just go the route of history. You feel me? And then when you hit it somewhere else, you feel me? The history that you know what I'm saying. It's
mm,
gonna have to match up with the history. And people can say whatever they want about history, but that's what we got to use.
yeah. We
You
talked
see,
about that a little bit too.
that's what we got to use. We don't have nothing else to use but history. Whether it's real or fake, that's what we got. You know what I mean?
No, because you got what you got. You got history, science, and math. That's you right there, right?
Hmm. nature.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm just asking questions because I'm really trying to figure out how to incorporate all of this to articulate
It's just you
in
know
different ways to my kids because my kids are
you know how
all
to talk to
different.
your kids,
They
right?
all got
You
different personalities. You know what I mean?
right, that's what I'm saying. You know how to talk to your kids. You know how to handle each one though. So you feel me? It's just like what I was just saying about as you giving them the basics, you tell them the real though.
Exactly. That's
Right.
what I said. To kill them the
I'm
real.
with that. I'm just like
That's what
I
it
don't
is.
want to just I don't
It's
want to
not
just
no
go full
religion.
fledged in on the shit that I know
It's not like a
or the
belief.
shit that
It's
I'm
the
learning.
real.
I kind of want them to listen, but I kind of want them to like go Google the shit or look it up yourself type shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to just force it to feel like I'm forcing it on them like the churches do type shit. Like I want them to be able to make
Look,
their own
even like this
decisions.
thing, I don't know why, but I don't know if this a good analogy to use, but think about it like this. You know, some men don't teach their daughter how to change a tire. You feel me? I think you should
Exactly.
though, right?
Right.
So think about it like this. Now, is you just gonna show her how to do it, or you gonna talk to her at the same time? Like you feel me? It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? In the lessons that you give, it's just about how you know what I'm saying. You know how to all talk to your kids to where they
Exactly.
Right. Right.
understand what you're saying.
Hmm. Yep.
That analogy was kind of, but it was a good analogy
No, I
though.
got it. I got it. I got what you're saying.
Yeah. When you're teaching them something, don't just show it to them. Tell them, you know, tell them how to do
Yeah,
it too.
kind of walk them through it where they can grasp it. They can hold on to it whether it lasts and it's not just you talking type shit. They actually learn something from. Like you said
But
in the
you ain't,
last
you know,
one,
you
it's
don't gotta
like
be all deep and
what you
be all
said.
deep and preach.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
you
that
said
ain't what
something
I'm
in the
saying
last
either.
one. You was like,
Yeah.
you also can teach them, but not. No, you also can tell them how to do it, but not teach them how to do it. I just watched that one on the way home. Um, the one we did the other day, where you was saying like you can teach or you can show somebody how to do something, but you didn't give the whole game up, so they can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I
Look,
try to
man, we
be
need
a
to get ready to get up off
chameleon,
here because
man. I'm an open
my
book,
phone
man.
getting
I'm
ready
trying to
to
learn.
die.
Yeah. Let me
My
get the phone.
phone getting ready to
Mine
die,
low
man.
too.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
on my laptop this time, so you know what I'm saying. Can't go super
yeah.
long.
Before y'all phone out, man, let me say it was a pleasure to chop it up with you fellas, man. You young men, you young kings, man.
100.
Anytime, man. Lottie, I appreciate you being on here. Let appreciate you hosting.
No.
Hopefully we can do it sometime soon. For all y'all out there that's gonna see this, like, follow, subscribe, and hit that CB Ledge
Yeah,
cash out, man.
share, man. Make sure y'all share too. You know what I'm saying.
For sure.
And follow everybody on all platforms with the same names you see. I think.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, peace out, y'all.